Absolutely everyone should shoot a gun at least once, just to demystify the process. Hollywood often misrepresents the shooting of firearms. On film, shooters are seemingly unaffected by things such as firearm recoil, the loudness of gunshots. They almost never miss their targets. They lack firearms handling etiquette, and you almost never see them cleaning their guns. This is why it's so important to actually get out there and have that experience, so that if and when the time comes that you need the skill, you know exactly what to expect. Firearms are the quintessential tool for preppers and survivalists. They can be used for hunting, security, or even just as a life lessons training tool, as we're going to show today. In a civilization nullifying event, we will be tasked with the procurement of our own food and the defense of our own communities. Firearms will play a primary role in these tasks. This doesn't mean we need to overly obsess and fetishize about firearms and make them the centerpiece of our preparedness strategy. There's nothing wrong with gun nuts, but for me personally, guns are simply one of the many tools in your survival toolbox. Every prepper or survivalist should aspire to own one variant of each of the following firearms: a shotgun, a small bore rifle like a .22, a large bore rifle like a .308, a semi-automatic rifle, and where laws permit, a handgun. You may also want to consider things such as recurve and compound bows and crossbows, as well as air rifles. All of the aforementioned will serve a distinct role in a civilization nullifying event. There are cheap and reliable options for all of these firearms under the $500 range, and they all serve different purposes. And if I could only own one firearm, it would be a shotgun, because you can hunt anything that walks, flies, or crawls. Now, I'm not a gun expert, but you don't have to be to take people out to the range. In Canada, anybody can shoot a firearm under the supervision of a holder of a purchase and acquisition license. And it's very important that everyone has this experience of shooting a gun for the following reasons. Number one, it requires discipline and responsibility. Wielding such a powerful tool requires exceptional competency and self-monitoring. Number two, it requires sensory acuity and precision in all aspects of handling and shooting, hand-eye coordination and situational awareness at the gun range in and around other shooters. Number three, it gives a great appreciation for those who use firearms, whether they be hunters, law enforcement, or military. And number four, it's just plain fun, especially if you can hit your target. So today, I may regret doing this, but I'm taking a bunch of young people out and teaching them how to shoot guns. We've already went over the rule of threes. Assume every gun is loaded. Control the muzzle direction at all times. And what's the third one, guys? Keep your finger off the trigger. This is gonna be a long day. So this is the magazine, okay? To put these in, you have to put them in like that and then down. Rule number one of the apocalypse, don't have nails. If you have nails, you're gonna die in the apocalypse. I regret to inform you, you're dead. Okay, you could try it again. Let's see what you can do with your frickin' Dracula claws. This is why you don't use the claws, like Borat would say. The zombies are coming, come on. What are you gonna do? This is a single shot, so you gotta put each round in one at a time, right? So for this one, it's very simple. Push the bolt forward, just like so. Then we take our shot. This is a real easy one to shoot. You can see where I hit it there. Wasn't exactly a bullseye. Now for this, what we want to do, take it like so. What are the three rules of guns?
Assume that it's loaded.
Yeah. Second one. Control what?
Control the...
This is the muzzle direction. So you don't want to be pointing this at anybody. And then always keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. So you're not going like this. Hey guys, check out my gun! Right? That's bad. That will get you banned from the gun range. So take this, goes in like that, okay? What we want to do is chamber around around is chambered. So the goal is to line this up with the end sight, you know? I think you got one there. Yeah. There you go. Just a tiny, tiny bit higher. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, you got a bullseye. Good job. You started kind of low and then your shots started going up. And then you made it to the bullseye. So she's a good shooter. In spite of the claws, I'm actually kind of impressed. Okay. So we're gonna chamber around. This is kind of hard with this gun. Most kids won't be able to do this because it's just, it's finicky. So there, we've chambered around. Now what you wanna do is line this hole up with that at the end there, okay? There you go. So you're shooting down there, right? So you wanna line this up with this and the target, you know what I'm saying? All right, line them up. You missed. Try again. Okay, just hang on. So you have to line this.
Yeah, I see the orange.
This is in there, inside this thing.
Yeah.
And it's to the target, right? Yeah. All right, try it again. Good job, you got it. You're on paper. There you go. Yeah, that's good. Good job. I think you beat your sister.
Where is it, Issa?
So this is a larger caliber. This is 5.56. Can only legally have 5 in each one. Now to chamber around in here, what we want to do is pull this back and then just let it go like that, right? And then with this finger, what we're going to do is flick that to fire. And this one's going to be louder, so everybody got their headphones in. All right, that was pretty good, if I don't say so myself. So to eject the magazine, you push this button, and that comes out like that. So I'm gonna let Inessa go first, because she's the elder child. Yeah, now that one's gonna be difficult to hold like that. You're gonna have to keep, because the magazine's down, so you're gonna have to hold that one kind of, you know, because this is gonna get in the way, right? So you're gonna have to hold it like that somewhat, but you can rest it there. The more rest you can get, and this one's gonna have some kick to it. Just take your time. You see how it's a nice sight? Yeah. If you can line that hole up, this thing is dead on sight. So if you can line that little tiny dot in the center up with the target, it should hit the bullseye. Whoa! What? This is her. That's very good. They taught you well in cadets, I guess. Good job. High fives. She's on my team when the zombie apocalypse comes. Okay, so you're shooting for the top one on the right. Okay? So remember to load it, you pull this back. So you're gonna pull it back all the way and let it spring forward. Okay? Which one were you shooting? The one on the right?
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah, you're on paper. Okay, so all you have to do is bring it up a little bit. There you go. It is important to remember that just because you go to the gun range doesn't mean you're ready for any situation. Shooting in this exceptionally controlled environment can be very misleading, as it may not translate well into a real-world situation. Above and beyond simply shooting at stationary targets in a variable controlled range in a fully supported position, you should aspire to take your training to the next level. The following is a list of simplest to most complicated shooting scenarios. The simplest shooting scenario is when you are in a prone, lying down position shooting at a fixed target that doesn't move. The second most difficult position is shooting at a stationary target from a standing, unsupported position. It's much harder to shoot a gun when you're standing than it is lying down. Take, for example, the difference in holding a camera and putting it on a tripod. Which one is going to get you a steadier shot? Obviously, the tripod. This is precisely why some hunters carry bipods or support their rifle on a tree. The next level of complexity is shooting at a moving target while your unsupported body is also moving and you're fully kitted out with full BDUs, body armor, and a backpack. Now consider that same situation, but now you're in inclement weather, you're being shot at, and you're under exceptional amounts of stress. This is exactly what it would be like for soldiers on the front line. It's very important that you fully comprehend how much skill is required to navigate such a situation so you have no delusions about your capabilities in such a scenario. For this reason, shooting firearms will foster an appreciation for the complex set of motor skills that are required by those who are in law enforcement and in the military. Every prepper should aspire to be a responsible firearms owner. In Canada, that involves getting what's called a purchase and acquisition firearms license. You can simply start by Googling non-restricted or restricted firearm courses in your area. Typically, what this will involve is an in-class portion and a study portion. Typically, it takes 1 to 2 days depending on your instructor. You'll complete the application, your instructor will sign that application on behalf of you that you did in fact pass your test. You'll send that to the government, and a few weeks later, you get your purchase and acquisition license that will have a 5-year expiration date, at which point you'll have to renew. Now you are fully ready to go buy as many firearms as you please. And don't forget, when you do get your firearms license, make sure you take a friend out to the range. That's the best way to demystify the process, and as we've talked about in this video, there are numerous benefits. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you are interested in purchasing recurve crossbows, you can go and check out the best crossbows at CanadianPreparedness.com. These are Canadian-made crossbows built to survive the apocalypse. Go and check them out. Thanks for watching. Canadian Prepper out.
The best way to support this channel is to support yourself by gearing up at CanadianPreparedness.com, where you'll find high-quality survival gear at the best prices, no junk, and no gimmicks. Use discount code PREPPINGGEAR for 10% off. Don't forget, the strong survive, but the prepared thrive. Stay safe.